Can you hear me? Hello? I see Stuart there. Stuart, can you hear me? Okay. Whew. I wasn't sure if I would get back in because every time I do this, I forget how to do it. So I'm sorry. I'm a bad game designer / YouTube host. And let's go. So, hey, just wanted to welcome everybody to the Wasteland Degenerates big show. We are at the point of no return. The halfway point was about 10 a.m. this morning. So we are on the home stretch to get Wasteland Degenerates into your shelves. And I already see I've lost half of the people on the stream, so I'm doing great so far, huh? Anyways, yeah. So I wanted to tell everybody that I got the new version of Enter the Dismal Armory, the solo game. It is now uploaded on itch, and you will be able to download that right now. And it has all the corrections that people have noticed of things that I didn't get wrong, but kind of got messed up in the layout phase. So I'm heaping all the blame on Matthew. It's all Matthew's fault. He's not on this stream, so I can say that with impunity. All of this will be deleted forever at some point, and he'll never know. Anyways, so yeah, we are currently at just over 800% funded for Wasteland Degenerates Jumper Cable Edition. That is great news, as Bolin01 says there. It's excellent news on all points. What this means is, by getting over $6,000, is that I'm going to be able to pay Matthew full time to basically grind out the remaining pages for the Jumper Cable Edition, plus probably some more, which will make the hardcover end up coming faster. My guess is that the hardcover campaign won't be until, I would say, November-ish. I'm going to need some time to figure out, how to fulfill all of your requests. Figure out international shipping, all of those great activities. Anyways, yeah. We are currently having a poll. Well, the campaign will be just in time for Christmas. I don't think you'll have the hardcovers by then. But, hope springs eternal. We'll see. Yes, we have polls. And currently, as I speak to you, the mission generator is leading the polls, about 3-1 over the next highest, which is the guest author / artist monsters. That's after the Brian Collin monster that will hopefully happen at $7,000. But yeah, if we are exceptionally exceptionally successful, I could use this poll to get all of the remaining stretch goals. So if the guest artist / author monsters ends up being in second place, it's a good chance that I'll go with them for the $10,000 stretch goal. Right now, that's sounding like it's going to look like a kind of a separate booklet from the jumper cable edition with the monsters, and if we're very lucky, the mission generator, which has been earning some excitement since I started writing fiction based on it a couple days ago. Anyways, so I don't have a lot more announcements planned at this time. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I'm currently working on. And if anybody has any questions, just chime in and ask, and I will. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a degree in English creative writing, and I've done this with it. The end. So what I'm currently doing is I am writing the sequel to Enter the Dismal Armory. The working title is Bleak Roads to Arcady. Still workshopping that title. And it is going to be taking the Wasteland Degenerates concept to its natural conclusion, which is car combat. So this is going to be the escape from the armory, hopping in your cool hot rod from the end of the armory adventure, and driving cross country throughout all of the horrible wasteland problems that are going to come up. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. I banged that whole thing out, about 10 pages of Word document. Is the fiction in Enter the Dismal Armory? I was aware that there is already something out there. No, the fiction is actually on the campaign page in the community section. There is a couple of posts called Tales from the Lore Dumpster, and it's a little joke. The entire shtick of Mörk is they say, make data, not lore. They want you to make the methodology by which people create their own stories. And so Into the Lore Dumpster is kind of a little joke about its lore, and it's based on the story of the Wasteland Degenerates universe, but it's also data because it's all coming from the mission generator that I have already created. So yeah, you can find, if you go to the Wasteland Degenerates page, then go to the community section, you can find the fiction there under Tales from the Lore Dumpster. Anyways, back to the sequel. I had to create a will the mission generator be available in web page form? That's an interesting idea, Stuart. And I hadn't actually thought about that, but in theory, a enterprising person could just create a mission generator on the Wasteland Degenerates website, and just get a mission from one click. The same way you might get a full character from one click if somebody had a Wasteland Degenerates character generation, say after $8,000 stretch goal. But yeah, that's a good idea. Back to the sequel. I am very seeing the constraints of having 12-page pamphlet adventures. So I'm cheating a little bit, and what I'm doing is I'm taking what I did in Enter the Dismal Armory and kind of calling back to it. I have little superscript notes that say DA for Dismal Armory, and so instead of putting down the stats of a Wastoid or a Tothomancer or whatever, I'll just say DA, and you can refer back to that little booklet, and that way I can make a much more complicated mini game, solo game, than I normally would with the same amount of space in each individual book. So that will be fun. I've already run it past my fun instructor or fun editor, Amelia, and she is already talking about the people that she wants to execute. So I'll take that as a positive there. Anyways, so are there any questions or any sort of concerns that you might have? I noticed that there have been 10 whole people who have canceled their pledges, and part of me just wants to go to them and say, what did I do wrong? Cool. Someone will produce monster cards for the community. Those monster cards are pretty neat. But I don't foresee me having the time to do those, because I've got so many adventures that are already planned out. I'm maybe a quarter done with Asphalt Dirge, which is a block crawl. So it's kind of you think it'll be fan produced? Okay, that makes sense. But yes, the Asphalt Dirge is a block crawl set in a fictional version of Chicago, and basically you'll be. Thank you, Stuart. Yes, I agree that it is a cool title. My associates on Penny Arcade helped me come up with it. But it's set in a fictional version of Chicago that's got creepy mists, and it's surrounded by nuclear wastelands, and so it's basically just like real Chicago. But it's got it'll have extra classes, including a non-human class, which will be cool. And sounds like Carlisle. Are you in Scotland, Bolin? Or is Carlisle in Illinois and I just blew it? England, okay. It's been a while since I've been over the pond, so you'll have to forgive me. Anyways, it's got it'll have fleshed out equipment list, so anything that I can't stick in Wasteland Degenerates will go in here. Oh, geez. What are you doing here, Bolin? You need to sleep. Um, but the also have a bunch of neat new monsters and kind of new variants on the factions. Chicago is run by the Postalists, which are the religious faction based on the United States Post Office. Yes, monsters, I say. Much like a Loch Ness monster. I went to Loch Ness and there was no monster. I felt cheated. Um, Pope Master General. There is I think there's cardinals in the post list. I'll have to look again, but at some point during the game, once the hardcover comes out, um, the uh, um, the postal messiah will arise. She will ship from the sorting facility, uh, and you better make sure you're not returned to sender. Will there be something big and scary like a death claw? Yes. There are mutants called Skraelings, which are basically people who have turned into kind of a skinny, wasted away monstrosities. And then there are Skray beasts, which are kind of wolves or bears or those sorts of things. And the worst one of the Skray is the Skray women, and they are basically taken from Simisi war ghouls from Vampire the Masquerade, if you remember those. Uh, Basically, centipedes of hands and legs, and teeth in their hands, and just truly awful. There's one at the end of Enter the Dismal Armory, but I don't think I really portray the awfulness that is a Skray woman. I'm going to have to talk to Matthew about portraying them, because if you're not throwing up, I'm not sure what we're even doing here. So yes, there'll be horrible monsters like Death Claws. There are other monsters. I think my favorite of them is the Ampulex. Have I seen Furiosa yet? Yes, of course I have. I've seen it twice. Now that it's out on streaming, I'm assuredly be watching it again. Although I wish it stayed in theaters for longer. Anyways, what I was saying is that there are other monsters that are truly terrifying, including the Ampulex, which is a wasp about the size of a cat, and all it wants to do is lobotomize you and plant its babies in your spine, and then the larva will burrow into your brain and take control of it, and basically turn you into a zombie. And that's one of the two zombie apocalypses in Wasteland Degenerates. The other one is I may be accused of being plagiaristic, but there are mushroom-based zombies, although I have somewhat different mechanics, and mine are purple, so they can't be considered a ripoff if mine are a different color. And I make a point of that in the book, to firmly plant myself in parody, just in case The Last of Us starts knocking down my door. But yeah, I wanted. There are 6 apocalypses, and one is this, the rift, which is where these wasps fly out of, and another one is the cluster, which is the mushroom plague, and the great thing about the Ampulex, the ruby wasp zombies, is that they actually talk. They just sprout random things at various times, just because they are technically still alive, and they technically have brains, but their lobotomies weren't properly done in a clinical fashion. So they still have instances where they can speak and say things in a creepy way. So if you hear people whispering, dog sunlight, or hawk thing, I don't know. I can't think right now when I'm on camera. Who do you think I am? A acting person? No, not at all. Anyways, going back to Furiosa, I loved that movie. I think I loved Fury Road more, but they are a good companion pieces. Yeah, I hope that a lot of people watch it on streaming, and then decide that they want to play that sort of activity on a tabletop game, because Wasteland Degenerates Jumper Cable Edition does in fact have a vehicle combat system that they can use to play out their Fury Road fantasies. I feel like I should go back and do a editing pass, or maybe like a pass on the mechanics, because I did write all of that like a year ago. So I've evolved some of my design philosophies on Wasteland Degenerates a little bit. So posted. Oh, you're that guy with the modded out Hot Wheels. Okay, yeah, those were amazing. I really like those, and I wish I had a fraction of your creativity on that. I was excited before Furiosa, but a good time and hyped up for more. Yeah, agreed, Scott Schuster. I was pretty pumped to figure out that Furiosa was coming out so close to the date of my game, and actually would have come out during my campaign if I hadn't delayed for a month. The BackerKIt people didn't think that I would fund, my minimum of $750. So yeah, that I think that it was good that I delayed a month, because that allowed us to get a little bit more done. For continuity with the other stream, I thought I'd mention that the aluminum casting went very well. Custom waffle maker is complete. So Stuart here is an insane person, and he made a triangular waffle maker. And I was very concerned that the Hounds of Tindalos would arrive through this waffle maker, because it is a thing that should not be. So thank you for the update, Stuart. I'm glad you're still with us and you haven't been dragged off to, Great Carcosa. Anyways, sure. So, anyone else have any sort of questions, uh, thoughts, feelings? Um, Bolin, if you really need to, you can go to bed. I'm not going to keep you here. I do not feel like you need to be obligated. Um, but yeah, um, this very morning, when we hit the $6,000 mark, I was half asleep, and I clicked boost on a Facebook ad that was just a, a screenshot of the campaign page and the $6,000 exactly, and it may have been a waste of $75, but if it made anybody happy, I guess it's worth it. Um, Facebook marketing is a trip, yo. It is. It is really like difficult to work with, and they keep spamming you with offers to boost your posts for an insane amount of money. Will there be a license to produce modules, adventures, etc.? Keen to see solo adventures. Well, I mean, like I said, I've already produced one solo adventure, and I'm about to release another one very soon. They're not strictly speaking using the full Wasteland Degenerates uh, rules, but I have noticed that some people have ordered the PDF of the Wasteland Degenerates core or Jumper Cable Edition book, and then ordered a physical copy of the 12-page Enter the Dismal Armory adventure. So I'm going to be shipping, like 3 sheets of paper to some people, and they're going to be, probably creating their own characters on, using their laptop or something. I don't know. It was very interesting. I've seen more than one person do that. But yes, so it hasn't come to be yet, but I've been talking to Matthew about doing a Degenerates third-party license. And you are not the first person to ask about that. I am very certainly going to be creating that at some point, and that will end up being on the Wasteland Degenerates website, and you can just copy and paste it. Any plans to do a Waterworld style setting or area? Funny you should mention that, because that ties into what we were just talking about. I know that some people, perhaps some people on online right now, are interested in Waterworld style adventures, and may end up doing a Waterworld version. Amelia, I know, was talking about crossing over with Pirate Borg, and I am kind of tickled by that idea of having a post-apocalyptic pirate setting using the actual Pirate Borg rules for part of it. But Limit Thrawn, if you're on this live stream, call me. I will definitely do a collaboration with the guy who did the Pirate Borg Kickstarter campaign that made $160,000. Yes, I would work with them. Cyborgs in the Wasteland. Yes, I have. My best friend she's the one who actually got me into running Mörk. She saw it on my shelf and she was like, "What's that, Scott?" And I was like, "Well, that's Mörk. My friend gave it to me. I haven't really looked into it yet." And she paged through it and decided that I needed to run that for her, which is amazing because I couldn't get her to play in any other RPG for any length of time. But yeah, so she is she is the inspiration for the Radborg Marauder, which is in the which I've shared on in Facebook on Talk Morkborg and Reddit, and I think you can see the Rad Supremacist page on as one of the smaller pictures on the wall of spreads that you can see on the campaign page. But yes, she wanted to be a villain in the game, and so I made her a cyborg android type thing. And the thing about cyborg is that Wasteland Degenerates is basically created on the cyborg system. So literally anything that you have from the cyborg rulebook will work with Wasteland Degenerates and vice versa. Some of the abilities and items have different names and different tables, but they basically work the same way. Like apps work the same as the Cosmos interfaces, and the nanopowers work the same as mutations in Wasteland Degenerates. So yeah, I expect people to do a lot of crossovers. And if somebody wants to make a water world, I say go for it. I've got plenty of ideas of my own. So if you want to make and market your own stuff based on the Wasteland Degenerates, same rules as the Morkborg and Cyborg licenses. Basically, don't be racist, don't be sexist, don't be homophobic. No, you're not any of those. Go nuts. Anyways, I do need ideas for what the name of the third-party license would be, because like Brian Collin of Vasgrim has the Vasgrim Horde, and Morkborg has the Morkborg Cult. I'm just not sure what the Wasteland Degenerates the Wasteland Degenerates collaboration would be, but we'll see. I'm already working on a post-apocalyptic nautical horror setting for my table. The car mechanics could work great for small subs. It's an interesting idea, although a car, if you roll down the window, degenerates, the degenerates, are you talking about, Bolin? There you go. That's what I call all you guys. So maybe, but that's we'll have to think about it just to see what sticks. But yeah, if you roll down the window in a car, your car doesn't fill with water normally. So I'm concerned about the subs getting holes blown on them and filling up with water. But that's a pretty Morkborg thing to have happen. Get a hole in your submarine and everybody dies, because that's just how things roll in a Morkborg. But yeah, I'd love to hear more about that, Scottish Rooster. If you have any particular way that you want that to work. All right, yeah, D6 for every 10 meters deep. So if you're visiting the Titanic, for example, you'd probably take a lot of D6 of damage. Or is that too soon? Anyways, yeah, I think that, you can harvest good game mechanics for basically anything. I noticed that there's an ash crawl that's coming up from the occult master guys or Johan, and they've got ship combat that uses hexes, and I asked them if it was a crossover with Pirate Borg, and I think they got a little offended. They were like, no, this is our own thing. And I'm like, it's a fair question. Pirate Borg uses hex-based ship combat. You use hex-based ship combat. Why did you do something, really creative, like use a tic-tac-toe board like me and just have Hot Wheels cars? I kid. I love Johan. They're all great. They're all great. So 36 minutes. I think we haven't done quite as well as last time, but I'm still here if you guys have any other questions or want to talk about anything. I see that there are 7 people here, but I'm only talking to 3. So I know there are lurkers out there with something to say. Okay. Plus, in a wasteland world, you can have regions which have specific weird nuances. Napoleonic stuff. I know Judge Dredd. I have not read as much as I want to about Judge Dredd. What is the Napoleonic stuff in 2000 AD? If you could clarify what you're talking about, because I would love to hear more about weird wasteland worlds. Just check the polls right now to see if there's anything else going on. Bear with me. We're still at $6,144. Oh boy. And the mission generator has actually gone down in percentages, while as the guest authors have gone up. But the mission generator is still about 3-1 ahead. So yep, typing this early is hard. Yeah. Well, and you can go to bed. I mean, it's really late there. Hopefully reach 7,000. I hope we reach 8,000, because I have it on good authority that we're going to get a really cool character generator if we get to $8,000. So, all right. Anything else? Going once, going twice. All right. I guess we'll wrap this up at 39 minutes, 25 seconds. Thank you for hanging out. Bolin, get some rest. And yeah, I'm always around on like the Mörk Discord, and you can comment on the community section of the campaign. I respond to pretty much everybody. Um, but yeah, take care, everybody, and have a good night.